What's up, Wildcats? Welcome to
Hi,
Rtv Episode November.
Welcome, Wildcats. Hopefully you had an awesome weekend and you're raring to go here, starting in on this week. And we have some helpful reminders for you, some announcements and things like that. And hopefully you started off this week strong on this awesome Monday. So this is our agenda, as you can see, hopefully on the screen. And we've got a new challenge for the week. We've got a little bit of information about Veterans Day, which you may or may not know a lot about. So let's go ahead and move right into it. So the first thing I want to do is share with you guys that, as you know, Friday of last week was the cutoff for our first quarter progress reports. Some of you might be looking at your grades and you're thinking, yes, I'm awesome. And some of you might be thinking, that's not exactly where I want to be right now. And that's okay. All right. We know that this first quarter has been a massive adjustment. We've had a lot of back and forth and learning new models and learning new instructional programs. And it's been a big task for everybody to be flexible and to try to adapt. So we finished out this first quarter. And I want you to think about, in all of this time of flexibility and adaptation and all of the uncertain things that are happening in our world right now, there are some things we can control and some things that we can't. And you know that the two things we should be able to control are work ethic and our attitude about anything. So I want you to think about that, because as we move forward into this new progress report and into our new learning here, I want you to stay strong and I want you to stay motivated, and I want you to think about what is within your control, your work ethic and your attitude about the things that we might be facing in our world right now. Okay, so super important. And I have here a great quotation from Nelson Mandela, because no matter how you did in this first quarter, you learned something. All right. You might have learned that you're able to adjust, and you might have learned that you're able to progress, and you might have learned that there's some things that are kind of harder for you, and that's okay. What Mandela said is, I never lose. I either win or learn. And I have a really short video here that I think are some awesome examples of some people who definitely learned from some of their experiences and obstacles. So we're gonna go ahead and play that so that you guys can maybe learn something from their example.
He was never offered a top Division I scholarship. Scouting reports said his explosiveness and athleticism was below standard. His first book was rejected by 27 different publishers. They said his material was too different and would never sell. He was 4 years old before he could speak and 7 before he could read. Teachers said he would never amount to much. Due to poor grades in high school, he was rejected 3 times by the University of Southern California School of Cinematic Arts. Her first book was denied 30 times. She was told repeatedly, "Sorry, that just wouldn't make a good book." He was fired from a newspaper for not being creative enough. They said he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. She was fired from her job after her boss told her that she was too emotional and just not fit for television. His teacher said he was hopeless and would never be a composer. He dropped out of college after 1 semester. At 30 years old, he was left devastated and depressed after being removed from the company he started. They overcame many obstacles and many doubters and had the rare courage to create a life that was true to them.
So that's pretty incredible. All of those people were people that faced a lot of different adversity, obstacles, people maybe telling them that they couldn't recover from some of these obstacles, people telling them that they couldn't follow their passions, that they couldn't be successful, that they couldn't, follow their dreams. And these are people that we study now. These are people that have made the history books, and these are people that were able to learn from those experiences and come out incredibly successful. So I find that really inspirational. I think that's some wonderful messages there. So think about that, Wildcats, all of you. If you're facing adversity and obstacles and you're thinking, I don't know, maybe this means that I can't really do X, Y, Z. No, we learn from our experiences and we grow from them. So stay motivated, stay strong, okay? All right, I'm gonna turn it over now, I think, to Miss, let's see.
He was never
there we go. Oh, to Mr. Sosa. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Sosa. Tell us a little bit about collaboration.
And just like Ms. Gali said, that these individuals did overcome adversity at one point or another in their life, and they were able to do it with one of the skills that we're asking students to practice on a regular basis, and that's collaboration. In order to be part of a team, a successful team, you need to be able to collaborate, work with others. When you don't know the answer or when you're trying to achieve a grander goal, you'll need the help of a lot of people. You'll need to be able to collaborate. You'll need to be able to speak to other people. You'll need to be able to listen to others as they provide input and not turn everything away and be open to and receptive to other ideas. And that, again, next slide, please. This is part of our Pride Promise. And so as we're trying to figure out how do we persist, reflect, or inquire, experience each one of these areas, in our Pride Promise is asking us to be able to collaborate in order to get to our grander goal, our successes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yes, and now we have Miss Sherlyn.
Hi. So this Wednesday is Veterans Day. So yay, where we celebrate and honor those who have served in the United States Armed Forces. And on Veterans Day and every day, we should thank those who served in all branches of the U.S. military in order to keep this country safe and free. So in the next slide, we have a little video here. So we get to learn about the history and why we celebrate Veterans Day.
My name is Rodcast Cal, and today we're going to learn about Veterans Day. Veterans Day is always celebrated on November 11th, and I'll tell you why in just a bit. First, I need to tell you what a veteran is. A veteran is someone who has served in the military, also known as the Armed Forces. At Veterans Day, it's a day where we honor those who have served in the military. Did you know that the military has 5 parts, also known as branches? The Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. Together, they all serve to defend our freedom. Kind of a big deal. Respect. So if you meet a veteran, ask them what branch they served in, and then tell them they're awesome. The reason we celebrate Veterans Day on November 11th is that is the day that World War I ended in 1918 at 11 o'clock on the 11th day in the 11th month. An armistice was signed to end the war. An armistice is an agreement between 2 opposing sides that ends a war. Everyone was so glad that the war was over that the next year, in 1919, 100 years ago today, the U.S. declared November 11th as Armistice Day to celebrate the ending of the war. It was called Armistice Day every year until 1954, when President Dwight D. Eisenhower changed it from Armistice Day to Veterans Day, because he wanted to honor all service members, past and present. And that is why we celebrate Veterans Day, to honor all service members who have served for our country to defend our freedom. Pretty cool. And that's your lesson on this day in kid history. Broadcast Cal out.
Wow.
My name's Marquez Cal.
Video. That is such a sweet video. I love watching it, and I'm glad I got to share it with you all. So now we need your help. Help us honor our veterans. Write a thank you message to our veterans in our country and to our very own Wildcat veterans here at Roosevelt, like Mr. Johnson, Mr. Graff, and our very own Mr. Sosa. On Padlet. So the link to the Padlet will be on the Wildcat Connect canvas, and that is my challenge for you.
Hey Wildcats, it's Miss Schmitz here with some reminders, very important reminders for this week. Remember, please, in honor of Veterans Day, as just explained, we will not have school on Wednesday, November 11th. Also, Classic students, you are returning to in-person learning on Thursday, November 12th. Finally, first quarter progress report grades will be available on Aries on November 12th as well. See you soon.
Can you guys hear Mrs. Golly? Is Mrs. Golly coming through? Oh, we do not hear you, Mrs. Golly. If you want to go to our last slide. Oh, you want to try now? Oh, Mrs. Golly's out. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. You can watch us anytime. This is posted on Wildcat Connect, and we really, really hope that you go on and write a positive thank you message to one of our veterans. That's the challenge this week, so please do that. Have a wonderful week, and we are available if you need us. Bye, Wildcat.
Bring it in, Mr. Way.
Bye.